Hello chums! As usual, we received a few new engine swaps to go with the release of Update 1.61. Two were boring, one was a copy of a pre-existing swap, one was insane, and one was this Toyota Celica. It now gets the much-loved 1UZ V8 from the Lexus SC430 GT500 car, an engine that's already available in a few other Toyota models, but this is the first time that the Group 2 engine has been enabled for a car that combines four-wheel drive and downforce. Since the Celica is a very forgiving car, I didn't feel like it warranted a full Taming a Monster video, so in this video I'll simply show you the final setup as well as the Nürburgring lap to see how it compares to the rest of the leaderboard. Before anything else, I will cover the visuals. I've fitted larger diameter wheels than standard, which can make the car feel willing to change direction more quickly. I've fitted a front splitter for front downforce, a rear diffuser for extra front and rear downforce, and a custom rear wing. This car does generate enough downforce on either of the other two wing options to be stable. I typically just stick with whichever option gives the most, however. For those interested, the livery is based on the Wed Sport GT300 Celica featured in Gran Turismo 2, and you can find it by searching for Super Turismo, as with most of my other liveries. For upgrades, this car has all of them. Anything that increases power, reduces weight, anything that's adjustable, etc. And it also has the wide body, and body rigidity increase. The setup is very typical four-wheel drive. Anti-roll bars and natural frequency are both high to prevent body roll, and they're both higher at the rear, which helps with stability when braking. For the limited slip differential, initial torque and braking are all set to the minimum, which helps make the car feel more agile. Downforce is maxed, though I'm sure you could probably get away with reducing the rear downforce to improve the top speed. The only compromise with this car is being limited to 5 gears. First gear is very long, which is great for the low speed corners, but the car will bog down on a launch. So if you're likely to crash out in a race and need to get going again from a standstill, you may want to reduce the speed of first gear from 145 all the way down to about 100. It will make first gear useless on low speed corners though. Onto the lap. I haven't got a huge amount to say about the way this car drives. It simply doesn't really have any weaknesses. Engine swaps like this are something I would like to see more of in Gran Turismo. It gives the car a noticeable boost from 500 to 800 horsepower without being excessive. It's also got the Group 2 fuel economy, and it makes a very good option for the 700 or 800 performance point races, though it doesn't quite cheat the rating system in the same way that the rally engine swaps for the older Subarus do, along with many other swaps. Though there is a small part of me that wishes this car got the Lexus LFA V10 swap instead, because why the hell not? In the end, I managed a 6 minutes 13, which makes this the highest placed car at its given performance point rating. Outperforming a 1000 horsepower TVR Tuscan that weighs 100 kilograms less is certainly nothing to sniff at. So, that was my setup for the engine-swapped Celica. I hope it helped. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and kick me right in the bell so you get notified of my future uploads. Take care of yourself, and ta-ra.